Hello, this is John Boguslaw with eXp Realty here for the March 2024 market update. And inventory is going the wrong way. That's my big takeaway looking at this inventory this past month. So comparing year to year, which is always what we like to do with real estate because it is there's a seasonal component to it. In February, the inventory, the number of new listings coming on the market was up 7.2%. In this month, March 2024, it's going the other direction. So the number of new listings is down 11.1%. And that's not a huge decrease in theory, but we have to remember that March 2023, which is what we're comparing it to, was already a very, very low number. And to see it go in that direction after this previous month where it was up, it'll be interesting to see if this is an outlier. It could have to do with the Easter holiday, but that's a pretty meaningful number to see that number down by. As far as prices, they do continue to go up. The prices, median sale price in Philadelphia metro area is up 7.7%, which is a strong increase. It's less strong when you think about it from the perspective of inflation as a whole. The CPI was around high threes, low fours the past month. So it's still certainly an increase, but it's not what I would consider to be a radical increase. Certainly growth, though. Certainly growth. Median sales or median days on market is flat at 0 day. It hasn't gone up or down. It's set there at 13 days. Still a very fast moving market. The months of inventory is up very slightly. There's not a ton more coming on the market comparatively, and the showings are right in line with where I would expect them to be. So the number of new listings down by 11%, number of showings down by 11%. So the buyers are still out there. It's just there's not too much inventory for them to look at. We're at really low numbers at this point. As far as interest rates, we're still kind of right around that seven figure, give or take. The way I would think of that seven figure is if somebody's renting right now, the seven is not an impediment to them. The person that the 7% is an impediment to is the person who already owns a house at a 3% interest rate. It's difficult to go from a 3% interest rate to a 7% interest rate. They're referring to it as the lock-in effect, and we'll see if there's any changes with that in the near future. With inflation continuing to be higher than expected, I'm not expecting any meaningful decrease in that interest rate number at this point. So to give some perspective in terms of where we're at, so you can see closed sales also down by 14% year over year. Median sale price does continue to climb. And then the one that I really wanted to talk about, new listings. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this month might be an outlier, but if this month is representative of the rest of the spring, it's going to be a very competitive spring. We've got a lot of buyers who are really ready for houses, and if the fewer homes come on the market, it's going to lead to higher levels of competition. And the overall active listings, you can see it's very low. It's not quite at that point where it was in early 2022, but we're already coming from very low figures, and we're down from those low figures. But prices continue to be up. You know, it's important to keep it in mind with the cost rises with everything as a whole, but even compared to everything going up as a whole, housing is still up. So as far as Bucks County, up 6.6% year over year. Chester County up 5% year over year. Montgomery County up 7.3% year over year. So it continues to be a terrific time to sell, especially if you don't have to sell and buy. There are opportunities on the purchase side. It's a matter of being prepared and ready for when that right opportunity that meets your needs comes up. But yeah, the big takeaway that I have is that number of new listings going down. We'll see if that's an outlier. We'll see if this might be kind of a blip in the radar or if this is representative of what's to come in the rest of the year. And certainly, as you have any questions as it relates to your specific situation, your specific goals, always feel free to give a call or text 267 587 6693. And hope you have a great day. Bye bye.